Be live on the YouTube.
Perfect. I'll start my recording so I just don't have to think about it later.
Yeah, I started recording there. I didn't do Audacity yet. Of course, Audacity wants an update. Audacity always wants an update.
Always. Yeah. You love those apps that it's like every like 3 or 4 days. It's like we got an update. Like that's how I
Yeah,
feel about Discord all the time.
all the time.
It's like once a week at a minimum. So
You're like, come on. Okay. All right, good. I hear me. Yeah, and I hear you. Perfect. All right, I can close that. Don't need that anymore. All right. I'm going to hit record on Discord now. Recording device line 3. Okay. Check, check. Recording on Discord. All right, cool,
excellent.
cool, cool. It was funny on an April Fool's show a couple of years ago. We
Hmm.
did a whole Spaceballs thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was all like since it was April Fool's, said that Spaceballs was coming out with their own amusement park. And I listed like some of the rides. I made up all these rides and everything like that. So that was our previous Spaceballs episode. But now, they have Spaceballs too, so it's even better.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
all right, you ready, my friend?
I think so.
Awesome. Okay, let's do this. On this episode of Bantam Milk Podcast, the new one is here.
Yeah. No coming around the desert for this one. It's bluntly there.
It is bluntly there.
It's the Band Milk Podcast. Yeah! Pour a glass of that blue milk, we know it's gonna last. With Rob and James behind the controls, discussing Jedi, Sith, and all the plot holes. Every week we're back, can't be denied. Got the hot takes flowing and the canon clarified. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And we are back. I was grooving to that song. I liked it so much. I didn't even think
Yeah.
of stopping it early. What's up, James? How are you, my friend?
Oh, life is treating me so well. Good to be back together with you after a month away, it
I
feels like.
know it
So,
feels so long. I missed you so much. You
mhm.
did a great show in between there. You had a
Thank
special
you.
guest,
I
and
did.
she rocked. She was awesome. I loved her takes on the best way to watch all of Star Wars, or at least the important parts.
Or just watch like a little bit of it so you can go from episode 2 to 3. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, just so there's something in between there also.
Yeah.
17 extra hours in between there, but not all 56 hours in between there. So that's awesome.
So much. Yeah, it's
So
amazing.
much. But yeah, so she did a great job. So thank you. She's I'm feeling she's already petitioning. She started at change.org out there to get me off the show and have her permanently on the show.
You'll have to
Um,
you'll have to go look and search and maybe sign a couple petitions to find out for sure. So,
that is right. That is correct. But we are back. You and I are back. And of course, it's the summer. There's nothing exciting going on except one thing.
uh
And this episode is all about not even Star Wars, but the comedic parody of Star Wars that is known as Spaceballs. Because they just announced the poster, Spaceballs 2 is coming. We knew about this, but the poster is out there and it's one of a replacement to or a follow-up to one of the iconic scenes. Now, first off, I feel like in Spaceballs, you can't go 3 minutes without having a line that you're just like, "Oh my god, that is such a great line."
so much good parody throughout the movie. So,
So in the first one, when they were sent the people down onto whatever the desert
the
planet is,
Tatooine lookalike.
the
Yeah.
Tatooine lookalike planet, then they were told them to comb the desert, and they had 3 different groups of people Two people had a very wide comb. Two groups had a very wide comb, and one group had a pick. And oh, the lines were so funny. And then the poster for the second one is that pick that says Spaceballs the new one. And in the pick, they are making a giant two in the sand. Is just awesome
It's
because
a great teaser.
it's such a great teaser. My friend and I, we say that line all the time. We ain't found poopy. Um, but we say that to each other all the time. It is so, so funny. So we're going to tell you what we know, which awesomely is not much because they are trying to keep it under wraps, which I like.
But
But we'll
there's
tell
a
you
little out there,
there's
and
a little
so
out
we
there.
can teaser their teaser.
Yes, that is exactly what we'll do. We will do some teasering of their teasering. But before we do that, you have a beer, I have a beer. You
Yes.
have a ooh,
Beer from Elliot Ness. I have an amber lager.
that
So
is
this is Great Lakes Brewing. Always treating me well. But look at that guy. He
that
looks
guy's
like he knows
awesome.
how to enjoy a lager.
He
So
sure does. He almost looks like the Marble Man. Is he like
he-
playing a guitar, or is he just
uh no, he's just
no? He's
standing
just
there, hand in the pocket, looking
okay.
tough. So
Yeah, he
belongs
looks
in
like
either a western or a noir film.
that's right. He's awesome. And when you first pulled it up, it looked like because of the colors. I was like, "Oh, is this like a Tatooine beer?" Which would have been
Oh,
perfect for the
would have been
trailer.
awesome.
But yeah, no, just a cool Western can there. And I still have 3 of these left, the Hell or High watermelons from the 21A. So I
Nice.
definitely have to drink this because it's so good. I love it so much.
No time like the
Um,
present.
no time like the present. So let's crack our beers open. Oh, mine spilled all over the place.
It sure did.
Cheers, my
Sorry, I'm
friend.
I'm a little fizzy, so I gotta go.
Okay. Mm, so good. All right.
Ooh,
How was yours? Because we already talked about mine 17 times already because I love
I
it
mean
so much.
I mean, how do you stop, right? Mine
Yeah.
is good. There's a little more bitterness to it than I expected out
Okay.
of, an amber lager, so but I'm still gonna savor it.
There you go. I love it very, very much. Love it so much. So, before we get into all the main show stuff, I did just get back from Disneyland. Um, and the park's awesome. So much fun. Flying 6 hours across the country on JetBlue in the last row, not so much fun. So, um, my son and I,
Is that the only flying you did? Okay, yeah, you keep telling your story, but I have
yeah,
to.
yeah. So we went from Newark to LAX because it was a one-way nonstop flight. That's
Mhm.
if we would have went out of Philly, we would have had to stop in like Colorado or Chicago
Denver,
or
Phoenix, Chicago, always one of
Denver,
those hops. Yep.
Orlando. I love when it's like, or I'm like, wait, hold on, it's like 17 hours. It was ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. Don't even ask.
Charlotte
Um,
would be my expectation based on how they always seem to have layover stuff, but
yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Like it's sometimes I'm like, this is ridiculous. But Newark allows us a lot more direct flights. So
That's
it's a
nice.
2 hour car ride, hour and a half car ride to Newark. So it's not too bad to wind up saving a 4 hour layover and then an
Mm,
extra five
mm.
hours or 3 hours of flying because you're going up or down or wherever you're going. But yeah, so luckily it was one way each way. The parks were fun. I think if I were to talk to the TSR guys, I think I'm going to say because there's always been a debate. It has never been solved as to which of the space Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Black Spire outposts is better.
Mhm.
At one point, I wrote to the guys and I said, okay, now that Disneyland gets all the cool things first, like they got the BD droids, which we saw. They were cute. They were really funny. They were walking around and they were just like looking at each other, looking at everybody. They were kind of like taking pictures of things. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I just
Um,
missed those. I'm still sad about that, so,
yeah, yeah, they were fun. We saw R2D2.
yeah.
Um, and it's funny. was looking for which guy was controlling R2D2 because there's always a guy standing in the back who's like a unmarked police officer, and so there was a guy. He was wearing a sweatshirt, a regular backpack, not like anything Disneyland or Star Wars or anything, just like a blue backpack. And he had his hands in his pockets the whole time of his sweatshirt. And I said to Trey, I go, "That's the guy that's controlling R2."
Yeah, okay.
And he was like, "Yeah." And you could see him, he was like staring at R2 the whole time. So I was like, "Yep, that's him. He's doing it." So that
Yeah,
was fun.
so incognito, so
Yeah, but it was good. It wasn't like he wasn't dressed as a cast member,
yeah,
so at least he was
can
staying
kinda
kind
blend
of
in.
far back.
Yep.
So it was good. Um, we had a fun meet and greet with Kylo. Kylo comes around the corner of the
Mhm.
whatever building he's in, the outpost or whatever it is,
Yep.
and he comes around the corner, and I was like, "Kylo, remember me from college? We went to college together." And he goes like this with his hand, and he's like, "I don't think so." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Good answer. That was good."
That's good, that's really good.
Yeah. So that was fun. We saw Mando and Grogu.
Mhm.
Think
Necessary.
we got a picture with him. I don't know if it was on Trey's phone or on my phone, but we saw him. We had some blue milk. We had the Ronto wraps for
Oh, that's
breakfast.
so good.
The breakfast ones are very, very good. I was like, "Oh yeah,
Mhm.
these are good."
Yep.
Um, I was so close. They had the Bantha sipper,
Oh.
um, and I was so close to buying it, but it was $30. And I said to Trey, I go, "I'm only going to buy it to put it on the shelf behind me."
Mhm.
And $30 is a lot of money to just stick on the shelf behind me. But now that I think about it, each one of the Lego helmets behind me are like 70 to $80 each. So, but whatever. So
You got hours of enjoyment building those, you
I
didn't just
did.
put it in your suitcase to fly home for 6 hours?
And it wasn't going to fit in my suitcase anyway. So it was going to be even more difficult
Oh,
because
no, don't
we only
mail it.
did since we only went for the weekend, we just had backpacks.
Ah, that's the way to do
And
it.
with all the extra stuff that we bought for my wife and daughter and whatever, like my backpack was full, and of course I had to get a sweatshirt. Um, so that took up extra space and whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, so it was fun. It was a good time. But the new answer, even though Disneyland gets all the cool droids and robots and Mando and I did not see Darth Vader there. We did see Luke
Yep.
and Ray, but I didn't see um, Princess Leia. But we saw Ray,
Mhm.
and Luke had the the really bad bowl cut wig on.
Oh, yeah.
And look, he was dressed. His clothing looked good. He was wearing the black robe. He was very good talking to people and very good with his pretending, his cosplaying, his acting was really
His
good.
mannerisms,
His
yeah.
mannerisms and everything did not look like Luke Skywalker at all,
Yeah, that's
which
a
was
tough one, right?
yeah, it was and we talked about this before about the face characters. It's like it's like okay, that's pseudo Luke, but for the kids, it's Luke, so that's all that
Yeah.
matters. It's for the kids anyway.
Supposed to
The
go
gr-
there and have your imagination, so
that's right, that's
and
right. The
to your
girl
point,
that
I don't
so
know if they pulled, Darth Vader out of the, Chase Disney card meetup that they do in Tomorrowland, so I don't
okay.
think they changed that one yet, so
Yeah, he wasn't over there. And then we saw they had a giant, like it was weird in the meet and greet where you go, which is in. I guess we went. I think it was in like the Carousel of Progress, the old Carousel of Progress building.
yes.
Um, but like you walk in there and half the lights are off. They had some like Star Wars stuff behind the ropes, far, far away.
Yep.
And there was a a Darth Vader full size, like 6 foot or 7 foot tall, like almost like the Kenner action figure from 1979.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
in there. And at first I was like, why does Disney have the goofiest looking Darth Vader ever? And then as I got closer, I realized like it had the leg grooves and then the lightsaber came right out of his hand and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
That
Um,
does.
so yeah, so that's where we saw Kylo in there. So it was fun. But to finish up my long story that I haven't stopped talking, the I think now actually the tunnel in Disney World that you go through from what used to be Muppets area, whatever that's turning into, that you go through a tunnel into Galaxy's Edge. That
Hmm.
tunnel is longer.
Yeah.
And because it's longer, it really gives you a little bit more separation. Like
Mm.
you almost can't see both ends of the tunnel at the same time.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
it's
there's
like where the one in Disneyland, like it's, 10 feet, 12 feet, maybe 20 feet, whatever. But I feel like the one in Disney World is probably twice as long as the one in Disneyland.
Does the Disney World one, I haven't been to the Disney World one, so I don't know the Hollywood Studios. Does that drop you off in the outpost, or does that drop you off by Resistance Base, or is there there's a
It
third
drops
entrance,
you
right?
off. Yeah, it drops you off by the outpost, by
Okay.
um,
Kylo
it's
Ren's shuttle and everything.
yeah,
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 okay.
down there. So the bridges are on the opposite sides. The
Yeah.
tunnels are on the opposite sides. So yeah, so you go through that tunnel, then and then come around the corner where like in Disneyland, when you come around the corner, you can still look back and see whatever's behind it, whatever land you're leaving when you go in there. And it's like, Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, so I think because of that tunnel, I think I would say that the Disney World one is better. But who knows? Whatever. That's just my opinion.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so that's my rundown real fast of Galaxy's Edge. I'm sure if you listen to Spokes on the Hub Crawl, the ladies over there are gonna make me, because I don't have any problem talking. Are gonna make me
Yeah.
tell the whole Disneyland story.
Did you fly with the Mandalorian and Grogu while you were there, though?
We did.
Okay.
We did. We flew with the Mandalorian and Grogu 3 times.
Did you get to see all three planets?
Yes.
Ah,
We
good.
saw at least
Because you would have
yes,
seen
yes.
Bespin, you would have
Saw
seen
Bestman.
the Death Star, and you would have
No.
like, it was
Wha
the Death Star explosion remnants over Endor.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and I do remember the second time that we went that we saw, like, different planets. Sounds like, "Ooh, this is finally different than the first time." So, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Yeah. So we
that's
did do
great.
that. So that was fun. I st we piloted the first time. We were
Mhm.
the gunners the second time, and
Yep.
then the third time we went all the way back and we were the, engineers the third time.
Engineers. Oh, man, you did the
Um,
whole thing.
we did the whole thing, yeah, and it was funny because, with we got there rope drop. We did it rope drop, and, we were the only 2 in the ship the first time, so it was just
Oh,
the 2
wow.
pilots. Yeah, so, like, our score was horrible because everything else was just on, like, autopilot. So the guns were shooting whenever the engineer, I don't even know if the engineer thing was working or not.
Sure. Yep.
But yeah, and then the second time everybody was fighting over not piloting. It was really funny because
Oh,
there were 2 people in front of us and they were like, "We don't want to pilot. We're afraid to pilot." And we were like, "Well, we piloted last time, so we don't have to do it." And then the other 2 people, it was a girl and her either boyfriend, fiance, whatever, that they were younger, and she was like, "I don't play video games, so I don't want to pilot." He's like, "I
oh,
play
no.
video games." She's like, "Okay, we'll pilot."
Nice.
So they got to pilot. So it was fun. Grogu and Mando was a good it was a good little interaction. Did you do it with Mando and Grogu or no?
I have not ridden Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run with them.
Okay.
Just seen them wander around the park, so
Okay. Yeah, so it was fun. They there's the classic lines in there. Grogu, stop touching that button or whatever.
yeah.
Um, so it
I've
was
heard
cute.
there's, like, a Grogu cam if you're the engineer. as well that you can kind of look at Grogu doing stuff. I'm like, this is just fun. So
Yeah, like they have the little windows on the side, or like the little LED screens on the side for the
yeah.
engineers and the gunners. And when he's not there the whole time, because some of the times it's like telling you like what to do, but when Grogu does silly things, he does pop up on those screens as well. So that is cute and fun. So we did that. We did. Oh, we were waiting in line for Rise of the Resistance, and it broke. So we left that one. We didn't get anything for that. But when we left, Soren broke on the second day. The second time we saw it once early on, and then the second time we went to see it, it broke the second time. So they gave us a free fast pass that we wound up using on the missions. No, what's it called? The
I was like,
Marvel, the
Mission Space
Avengers,
there.
The Avengers drop ride.
Guardians of the Galaxy Mission
Guardians,
Breakout.
yes, that one. We did that one.
Good choice. Good use of
Mhm.
it.
We did that ride 3 times also. The third time was park closed at 10. We were in line at 9:58,
Ah, yep.
and, we were so both days, we walked over 12 miles both days, each day.
It's
So,
easy to do. So
yeah, and especially when we started zigzagging, like, "Oh, this ride's over here. We got a fast pass over here. We got a fast pass or lightning lane over here, lightning lane over there."
mhm.
So, yeah, so 12 miles each day. By the end, we were just like, especially that second day, we're standing in line, and I'm just like, "Do we need to do this again?" Like, I just wanna go home. My everything from my waist down hurts. Um,
Mhm. And you're
and,
just walking on concrete and hard surfaces all
all
day.
day. Um, so it was fun though. It was actually the best one. The third one was the best one. It was
Nice.
really, really fun. That's the thing, like, the people riding that ride, everybody gets really excited. They're yelling and screaming, and I think the difference is between that and, like, the one in Disney World is the one in Disney World supposed to be more, like, scary and, like, not somber, but like, oh, ghost and blah blah blah, whatever. So like when the ride actually starts, people aren't like pumped up for it as much. But like when Rocket plugs in the music and some song starts playing, whatever the
The
song is,
party begins.
everybody's like, yeah, and I'm like, oh my
Yes.
gosh, like they get way into it. So all right, 2 hours later,
Yeah.
um,
Hey, trip reports are important. So
trip reports are important. So it was fun. I loved Galaxy's Edge. We had a good time. We didn't do anything with the magic bands. We didn't have the magic bands, but we did do all the rides. We didn't really go into many of the things because we did it before. Like we built the lightsabers before. We were going to do the free build your lightsaber experience where you don't get your lightsaber.
Mhm.
But then we backed out of that. We didn't do that anyway.
You
So
would have went home with a lightsaber, let's be honest. So
I know, and that's the problem is we would have been like, dude, this one's so awesome. We have to keep it.
mhm.
Which is
Mhm.
why I think
Mm,
they do it. I think they're like, no, you can do it for free. And then here's a cash register right as you leave. If you want to just throw your credit card down, you can take it with you.
it's totally fine. It's right there. Mhm.
I mean, you already built it, so you might as well take it home at this point. So,
Yes.
yeah, so that's that. So that's my little trip report. It was fun. I did like it, and it was funny. Trey was like, "Look, for right now, we can I don't know how much it was, $300, $600 more, whatever, $300 more. We can
Yep.
get a whole year's pass. Like we can do it.
It's just right there
It's right
waiting for
there."
you. Yeah.
And I was like, if it wasn't for the $600 airfare from, New Jersey to there, the 6 hours on the flight each way, and then, the hotel and the car and everything else that you have to get, it's worth it. But Florida for us, 2 hour flight as opposed to a 6 hour flight. So it's
Yeah,
almost
a
like
little
I'd rather do it
accessible.
there. Yeah, a lot more accessible. Exactly. All right. So that's that. So we went through all of that. Now you get to do some things for us. Tell everybody now that I did the trip report, what else is on this network? You know all those things. I don't. I've never heard of them before.
You haven't. Yeah. Ears Up has been so busy since our last episode.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of content if you haven't been engaging. The main Ears Up podcast did their new show, Pilot Problems, Autopia, Utopia, and more is what they have that one dubbed. Buena Vista Boys are back with No Deposit, No Return from 1976. The Supreme Resort has the case of How Much Do You Like This Song 1, um, which looks like it was only a 7-minute episode. So,
Oh, that was the song that somehow didn't make it into their last podcast. So
yeah, so
Eric
very
threw that
brief
song in.
episode in their world.
Yeah. 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 Considering they're normally 2 to 3 hours. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. PewDiePod is back with their monthly update, looking at Daredevil, Born Again, and a few other things going on in that universe. And Fantasyland Draft League is back with their 6th episode, asking "Oops, all hosts" about their perfect park day. And if those aren't tickling your fancy, you could also look to Scraping the Vault and find some of those episodes that they have released about those movies, all of that on the Ears Up network.
Yeah. Um the Fantasyland Draft League was really good this time. Not that it hasn't been really good every other time, but I really enjoyed it this time. Ryan threw in an extra caveat where it was you had to plan your perfect park day, but more like a sports thing where you have to draft a quarterback, a running back, whatever. You had to draft a food, a snack, a ride, and nighttime activity. And then you had, I think the fifth round was just like potluck. You could pick whatever you wanted from
Oh,
all those.
nice.
So it was fun. It was a good thing. I liked it because it added an extra twist in there where it was like you can't just say, I'm gonna pick 10 rides. It was like you needed a ride, you needed this, you needed that. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So before we go on, it's summertime, folks. Summertime. I first finished Thrawn Tarkin.
Yes.
So we can briefly talk about Tarkin because I know James was a big fan of this book. So
Big fan of that one.
read it
So,
also. This was a good book. This was fun. I like reading the books and I like James Lucindo. He's quickly becoming my second favorite Star Wars author, I think.
yeah.
But it's fun because you get these book authors idea of, like, he gave a good backstory of Tarkin's childhood and why Tarkin is such an angry fellow and things like that. So that was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
And then it also, like, you could make a whole series out of this because it just encapsulated, once you got there, just encapsulated like one mission after that, which was awesome.
So easy to do that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I find that book so fascinating because, like, Grand Moff Tarkin's just such an interesting character. Like, you look at him on the Death Star and every other ship that he gets on, it's like he's not like the other people. And so it may not be super well explained that he is a political figure, not a military figure. But because of his upbringing and everything, he's able to earn respect of people that don't really give out respect. And so I just think it's really kind of compelling and shows a lot of how he became the person he is, kind of like you said.
Yeah. Yeah. He was awesome. It was a really, really good book. I enjoyed it a lot. I highly recommend it. And it is fun, getting other stories of Star Wars, and it would be, I mean, I guess this is canon if you want to say so, I guess, like, his are books canon, yeah, per
Yep.
se. Yeah. So
Books are canon unless they've been dubbed legends.
okay.
Anything that's come out since Disney's bought it, basically considered canon. So this is
So
what
this
we
is
call canon.
yeah.
Doesn't mean that they can't take and change it for the screen, because I think movies and TV shows are where they prioritize what's truly
Mhm.
canon, but
Yeah.
books still in the canon universe. So
Yeah. So for now, like, this is a great, if you want to know who Tarkin really is, this is a great way to find out who Tarkin really is.
yeah,
And then I started this one,
Ooh, I haven't seen or
Sanctuary.
heard of that one. So,
Yes. It's a hardback, so it must be new because there's no way I would buy a hard I got it on Amazon, and, I don't normally buy hardbacks, but, so this came and it was a hardback. It's a Bad Batch story. It's fun. I really like it a lot. It takes place, probably, like, halfway through no, it actually takes place I don't remember when it takes place. I apologize for that.
hmm,
Uh, does it say, Good Soldier knows well, it takes place after Crosshairs is gone. So, yeah, but amid all the changes, Hunter still has Tech, Wrecker, and Omega. Um, he's on the run from the Empire and Echo's off on a mission with Captain Rex, and Crosshair is still Crosshair. It seems his small family might have finally found a safe place to land, far from the increasingly vigilant,
Vigilant.
thank you, eyes of the Empire. Pabu, their potential island home, is in desperate need of resources. Okay, so this is
Oh,
after it
okay.
ends.
Yep.
They the island, they need resources, so they wind up doing another mission type of thing to go get the resources, and things happen in the mission. They pick up some. Hunter just wants to do the one thing. Just go, let me do this. And
That's what he
then
does.
that's what he does. And what's her name? The girl who always
Omega.
calls. Yeah. She's like, "Oh, I got another one for us. This is be real easy. We just have to pick up these two people and just take them to this planet on the way. They're basically like an Uber service." And of
Hmm.
course,
It's
it
never
goes
that easy.
wrong. Yeah,
Yep.
it's not as easy as it looks. Um, so it was good. I really like it so far. I'm almost all the way through it. It's a good read. Lamar Giles is the author. I never read any of his books before,
Mm-mm.
but he's it's a good book. I really like the way he writes it. It's easy reading for me, which is what I like. I don't like a hard reading book. It's a nice easy read.
Agreed.
Uh, and I give the authors a lot of credit because they if you're reading it yourself, when they have the dialogue of the characters, um, they have to make sure that they write the dialogue the way the characters would have said it in the movies, or like similar to the way they say it in the movies and
Eh,
TV shows and stuff.
Especially pulling in like these existing characters, like
Yeah.
that's hard to do.
Yeah, it's very hard to do. And like I'm reading it and uh I'm reading Wrecker's voice in my head as I'm saying it. I'm reading it the way
Yes.
Wrecker says it and stuff.
Yes.
So it does he does a really good job with that. I really enjoy the way he writes it and all that good stuff. So um yeah, so that's that. So I'm almost on Sanctuary. A little vacation got in the way there of me
Yeah, it'll
finishing
happen.
it, but
Yep.
that's okay. That'll happen. It was worth it. Um so yeah, so that's that. So now books done. Ears up done. Um I have a couple of news. Since this show is all about Spaceballs, I have some Spaceballs news for us.
Oh, great.
Star Wars news. Star Wars news. Star Wars news.
All right, since it only says 3 words, I cut it short. All right,
Hmm.
my Spaceballs news is this. And this is from the world of Spaceballs. So imagine you're living in the Spaceballs universe. Mega Maid backs up, sucks local planet's total coffee supply by accident. In a
Oops.
catastrophic programming earlier today, Mega Maid's operations crew switched the mega vacuum from suck to blow and back again, inadvertently vacuuming up the entire liquid coffee supply of planet Druidia. President Scroob issued an emergency address appearing visibly shaken without his morning brew. We are doing everything we can to sort this out, Scroob stated, with frantically trying to locate a straw large enough to reach the ship's holding tanks. Meanwhile, Dark Helmet has reportedly locked himself in his quarters with a giant donut, refusing to come out until the liquid asset is redistributed. So,
Hmm.
the coffee will be back, folks. It's just been sucked up for now temporarily. So
Oh,
sorry
thank
about that.
goodness.
I have two more articles real fast. Yogurt, we all know him. He was sued by
Mhm.
former merchandising partner over Spaceballs the flamethrower injury.
Ooh,
Yeah, we all saw it. They had Spaceballs the flamethrower.
it was
Well,
a great product launch, yeah.
it was, it was a great product. The merchandising mogul and keeper of the Schwartz yogurt is facing a multi-million-dollar Space Bucks lawsuit after a batch of Spaceballs, the flamethrower toys, allegedly operated exactly as advertised. A class action lawsuit filed on behalf of the outraged parents claims the children's toys caused widespread living room signage across the galaxy. What's that? Sing? I don't even know what the word is.
Singeing?
Singeing. Yes, thank you. Look
Yeah,
at you. I need you. I need you. This is why we're so good together. You can,
yeah,
you
2
know
mics
all the words.
attached together. Yeah, yeah.
I can't read. Singeing across the galaxy, Yogurt's legal team released a brief statement dismissing the claims. The kids love it. It says right on the box, not responsible for loss of eyebrows or total planetary incineration. Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
Mhm,
So you
mhm.
better check your. Did you get one of those? The Star Wars the flamethrower by any
They were
chance?
sold out before I could get mine. I was really disappointed.
Yeah, that is very disappointing. I mine was on back order and then they just same thing sold out and never give it to me.
Hmm.
I kind of like my gold sneakers. And the last one, Lone Star apologizes after Winnebago breaks trans warp speed limit in the no-fly zone.
Ooh, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, shouldn't have done that. So, Galaxy hero Lone Star was issued a hefty citation this morning after his 1986 Winnebago was clocked traveling at ludicrous speed through a strictly enforced, quiet, cosmic neighborhood. Galactic Highway Patrol pulled the flying RV over just past the coordinates for Sector 7G. According to the police report, Barf the Mog attempted to eat the officer's radar gun, claiming it looked like a hairdryer. Lone Star blamed the incident on a faulty hyperliquid Schwartz engine upgrade, though witnesses claim they heard a collective, "We're completely lost," echoing from the ship's intercom.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
those are my three Spaceballs news reports.
Incredible.
Yes,
Very, very important details.
very important details. So keep an eye out for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Do
we
do you want my
also
do you want my Star Wars news reports?
sure. You're like, look, I have real news here.
I
And
mean,
I don't want to
yours is
waste it.
very real. What do you mean? So, we're out of
I
coffee,
We
so
are out of coffee. Yes, it's all been sucked up in Mega Made. So yeah, so we need that. All
yeah.
right. So what are your real Star Wars news?
Yeah, Mandalorian and Grogu finally got its release date for coming home.
Okay.
So it'll hit digital platforms, Prime Video, Apple TV, Fandango, all the places you can buy it July 21st. And then it'll come hard copies, 4K, Blu-ray, and everything on August 25th. And what I think is fascinating is there's no indication about Disney Plus being released with that one. I would assume it's going around that timeline.
Yeah.
Um, but also cool and something that I feel like I miss out on because I never buy Blu-rays or DVDs. Like they're talking about how there's like behind the scenes featurettes and audio commentary from the director. And I'm like, I used to really like that on
Yeah.
DVDs and stuff. And
Yeah.
so we don't have that anymore now that
No.
everything's just streaming.
Everything just goes right to streaming, unless you're Eric. Eric who still buys everything on DVD because he says, you're not in control of the Disney Plus. They just decide they're going to take things off, and then you can't watch it ever again,
And then it's just gone.
and then it's
Yeah.
just gone. So this way, he has whatever he wants on DVD. Now he needs to make sure that his DVD player never breaks because I think they're coming hard to find as well as
I
the
think
VHS player.
so. Yeah. So that's gonna be a tough one.
Hmm.
So anyway, moving on. News coming out ahead of San Diego Comic Con at the end of this month. So that's why we got the Spaceballs drop.
Yes.
But also, Lucasfilm just announced Star Wars The Experience, A Journey Through the Galaxy. They're going to have a massive touring exhibition opening at Philadelphia's Franklin Institute. How lucky are you?
We got D100 came to Philadelphia first also, and now Star Wars is coming here first as well. look
Yeah.
for a full report from this guy because I'll be there.
Absolutely.
Um,
February 13th, doors open, kicking off the 50th anniversary celebration. 70 never before publicly shown artifacts, including Darth Maul's lightsaber, Darth Vader's screen used armor. And then it's going to be on tour for 5 years. So it's going to be a long 50th anniversary celebration.
yeah, it's gonna go everywhere. The I read somewhere the exhibit already crashed the Franklin Institute website.
Oh, really?
Crashes.
I mean, people will be so hyped about something like that. And like, can I buy tickets for it today?
Yeah.
Can I already plan ahead for something like that? And it's like, no, you probably can't. But
Um. No, I don't know if I'm looking for some news articles here. No, nothing is popping up about it crashing the website, but I felt like I read that somewhere. Could have been wrong, but I think the day that they released it and said that it was going to be at the Franklin Institute, I feel like they said somewhere that it that it shut down the website for a while because everybody was like clicking on the website to try and get the tickets, like you said, or just to
and
see whatever.
they're not used to that kind of traffic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not that many people go to the Franklin Institute's website, but no, tickets go on sale in November. Pricing has not yet been announced. Franklin Institute will reveal additional details of the first rendering of the exhibit during a panel at San Diego Comic Con on July 24th. So that is going to be really cool if the Franklin Institute, which is the Philly museum, has a whatever exhibit or a panel at San Diego Comic Con. But I guess it's probably going to be more of the Star
It's gonna
Wars.
be about the Star Wars experience,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they're just gonna say the Franklin Institute maybe 1 or 2 times in there.
Yep,
Um,
absolutely.
but so I'm excited as well, of course. I mean, all these unseen things before, definitely wanna go check it out.
Yeah,
The
that'll be
the one
great.
thing, did you see the Disney 100 one?
I did. I saw it in Munich and I saw it in Chicago.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah,
Okay.
it just happened to be there when we were traveling around Europe.
That is really
So
funny.
so we bought
Uh,
one of the D100 pins that is in German instead of English, and I'm like,
oh,
"Oh,
that's
look
really
at that.
cool.
Die Ausstellung."
Um, so the one thing that I understand why, but if you looked at all of the things that were, stapled to the wall, um, it said that they were all replicas of,
Yeah.
Walt's first drawing of whatever.
Yep.
Um, and I understand why there were replicas of it because if they were real, people, especially starting in Philly, there wouldn't be an exhibit.
Yeah, y'all got a wrap.
Oh, yeah. It would not even Disney fans are ripping stuff off the wall and
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
like, so by the time it got to Chicago, there would be, like, 7 items left, so I understand that, but at the same time and, like, it looked legit and whatever, but it just said in the corner, replica of or whatever, so that was a little disappointing that you were it's kinda like the Walt touched it in Disneyland, but, like, I think, Tag and Eric brought it up one time where they were like, at this point because I think they saw um, the Haunted Mansion, the portraits, the growing portraits,
Yeah, the
where
stretching room stuff,
the
yeah.
stretching room stuff was, like, on eBay or whatever, or was, like, at an auction, and they were like, "No," but then deep in the auction description, it said this is, like, the 5th generation of this or whatever it was, and it was like, okay, so really anything that's there now didn't really get touched by Walt at this point because it's all been fixed, replaced, and whatever. So it's kind of like the same thing. Like this hasn't been touched by George Lucas or this hasn't been touched by Walt in the Disney 100. But you just know that this is what it exactly looked like or whatever. So that was the only thing that was a little disappointing to me, but it was cool seeing all these replicas. And like I said, I know why because it wouldn't still be there by the end of the tour, they would all be stolen and sold or whatever. So,
Yep.
um, our friend Avengers Hockey's in the chat. I wanted him
Hello,
to come
Vendors
on.
Hockey.
He is the number one Spaceballs fan of all time.
Would have been perfect for tonight.
Yeah,
So
so he's going to join us in the chat because he's also watching the baseball classic that is going on right now, the All-Star
the
game.
All-Star game. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
Home run derby done last night. Go on. Yep. Love it.
Schwarber was so close.
So close.
So close. That stadium would have exploded if Schwarber would have won that. It would have been so cool. But anywho,
Mhm.
all right. So we got the Star
right.
Wars news done. Now,
You think I'm done?
oh, you have more news. Go for it. Let's go.
I got more.
You found out a lot of stuff.
I did, because we had a trailer drop for The Ninth Jedi, which I'm going to be excited for. And Rob's going to make me explain why Star Wars anime is cool and interesting once again.
I'm going to go, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. 8-episode anime limited series, continuing on the 2 shorts that we've seen in Visions as it's gone through, as our force-sensitive heroine continues to search for a kidnapped father and get to kind of see where that takes us. So it's a cool 2-minute trailer, great art style again, and living in that what it's going to be. So I'm excited for that one to come out August 5th for the timeline on that one. So
Okay.
we're coming up just a couple weeks.
Did they say how long each of the 8 episodes are? Do we know that?
I don't know that one, which will be interesting because the Vision ones were, short.
Yeah.
I don't think any of those went really longer than 20 minutes, if even that long. So
yeah. So it'll be interesting if they do, 8 20 minutes, 8 30 minutes, or 8 7 minutes, whatever. So it'll be interesting what they do. All right. Do you have any more news?
I have 2 more for you.
All right, let's go. I made up
2
fake ones and you have all these real ones.
Yeah, we are the duo. This works together.
It works perfect.
Yep. 2 books coming out here yet this month. The adult one is Star Wars Legacy from author Madeline Rue, is my guess on how to pronounce that one. July 28th. This one picks up after The Last Jedi, with Rey and Leia journeying together to repair the broken Skywalker lightsaber. So we get to figure out the relationship between the 2 of them.
Nice.
Which I'm curious is going to help explain why, spoilers for episode 9, at the end, Rey chose Skywalker as a last
As her
name.
last name? Yes.
Yeah, wondering if it's like Leia was like a mother figure to her that she never had, and so we kind of get that experience.
Well, that'll be good to see if that how that happens. I'm looking forward to that also. Might have to be another book that I buy in a hardback version.
I know, if it's coming out that quick, you might just have to. So
yeah.
The other one is Star Wars has announced its first official young adult romance novel.
Yes. I have to get this for my daughter. She'll love it.
Absolutely. And I love this. So it's called Eyes Like Stars by bestselling author Ashley Poston. Again, another name I'm not familiar with. This is out July 21st. So not long after this episode goes live. But I love the concept of something like this because this is storytelling that happens to be in the Star Wars universe, basically. Basically, it's following an 18-year-old girl in a mysterious stowaway navigating a First Order plot and maybe falling in love along the way. It's a young adult romance novel. Maybe. Yeah. But I'm like, I just think this is cool. Like, it's just stories in the Star Wars universe, and like whatever kind of is, doesn't have to be a big deal.
Yeah, that is cool because that's why we liked Ears Up just posted a bunch of green people. I don't know if they're excited or if they're grossed out. I'm not really sure which. Or he's just saying hi. He might just be saying hi.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, like that's why I liked Star Wars Galaxy so much because you didn't have to be a Skywalker. It wasn't about a Skywalker, it was about somebody else. So this would be fun having 2 people other than the main people that and whatever, and they just might fall in love. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. In a young adult romance novel, maybe there's love.
Maybe there's love. Maybe there's a guy on the cover with half armor and half muscles and long flowy hair.
Naturally. So, all right. Finally, from love So
Come
grab
on.
your pitchforks. We've got rumor speculation that's going to make people mad.
Okay, I'm ready.
New rumors suggest Ryan Gosling's Starfighter character is allegedly named Cade. Now, this is a big deal because there are old expanded universe comics that have a character named Cade Skywalker. In
Oh
other
no.
words, have we been duped and we are not leaving the
The
Skywalker
Skywalker
saga?
family, are we some
Instead, we have a force sensitive descendant, a bold, controversial take in Star Wars.
why did you have to go? We could have stopped at the romance novel.
No,
And
we need the anger. Anger
this
drives
is
clicks.
this is what this is what Star Wars is all about, is anger. I hope it is not Cade Skywalker, because we were just so excited to get away from the Skywalker family, and now we're getting sucked back into it.
He looks so close to him too, which is making this worse.
Oh
So
no.
I hope it's coincidence, but
Oh, I hope. Now you're really now I'm sad. Thank you.
you're
Thank you
welcome.
for that. Oh, see, we could have ended with just Lone Star apologizing after Winnebago breaks Time War, but no.
I had to let you brag about Philly and then get upset.
And then we had to go into Cade Skywalker. Oh,
Yep.
I hope not. I hope not. But unfortunately, they know what draws clicks and what people want. People want Skywalker, even though the hardcore fans don't. We want everything else. But if it doesn't have Skywalker in it, people won't go see it.
Which is why George Lucas just came out recently saying focus groups are terrible. Movie viewers don't actually know what they want to see. So we need to stop listening to
We need
viewers or otherwise they're just going to write the whole movie. So
Oh, just give them what we want to give them and just be happy with it. Oh my goodness.
exactly.
Well, thanks for ruining my night. I hope
Oh, maybe
that
the
does.
next segment will fix it.
Yes, let's go on to the next segment where we have very important things.
Yeah. I'm the Jedi of the week. I've been running it like I be Yoda for a minute. Putting on a clinic with my homie Obi-Wan Kenobi. Can you feel it? On the field like a real one. Yeah, I'm the one like my.
All right, go ahead. Jedi of the week. I don't even remember what letter we're up to. I know we're getting to the end of the alphabet. You're going to have to start
Yeah,
over again.
I know I might just go random. Who knows? But last week was W. I can't find anything with the letter X. They're all like ships and droids. So
That's so funny.
so we go to letter Y.
Perfect.
And it really felt wrong to ignore the elephant, or should I say, the tiny robed guy in the room. So this week, our spotlight goes to yogurt.
Yes.
No,
Perfect.
I
Perfect.
was
Because if
ready.
you weren't going to do it, I was going to do it. I had the Wikipedia up here. I was going to say for Spaceballs, we also have to do this, but you're doing it.
We have to.
You
We can
have
return
to.
to regularly scheduled program next week if we want.
Right.
But
Exactly. But for this week, we have to stick with our Spaceballs theme here. So go ahead,
yes.
hit us up with who Yogurt is.
So he's not technically a Jedi. He's not technically in Star Wars. He's Mel Brooks's gloriously unsubtle parody of Yoda, some other person, running a merchandising empire out of a desert temple and trading Lone Star in the way of the Schwartz. He's got the size, he's got the wrinkles, he's got the cryptic wisdom, and absolutely none of the humility that comes with the Jedi. Yoda deflects attention. Yogurt has a gift shop with my face on everything.
Everything.
Oh, but I mean, that's the joke, right?
That is the
Spaceballs.
joke.
Spaceballs is a spoof on lightsabers. Death Stars can joke that ancient wisdom can be merchandised, mysticism
Yeah,
sells, and even the wisest mentor figure in the galaxy on some level can
he
be a
sure,
brand.
he sure was.
Merchandising, where the real money from the
Merchandising.
movie is made. So
um,
obviously, appropriate time to do this.
yes, 100% appropriate time. If Jason's still there, I want to make a shirt that says Spaceballs, the bootleg T-shirt, because you can't have the official Spaceballs the T-shirt. So this is the
Mm-mm.
space. This is the one you get outside the concert on your way out. The one
Incredible.
for $10. The one that
Yes.
looks almost nothing like the $60 T-shirt that you're buying inside the concert. This is the $10 one that the people throw when the cops start chasing them around the parking lot. They just ditch all their merchandise. But yes, I want
Just
to
go.
Spaceballs the bootleg T-shirt. Um, that's all it says on it. It's just real big because
Incredible.
yeah.
Incredible.
So we need to get that going for us because that's what merchandising is all about.
Hmm.
Um, Yogurt was actually 8,542 years old in the when we see him.
Nice.
He resides in a cave on the moon of Vega, and the Dinks acted as his servants. The
Oh, the
Dinks were
dinks.
awesome.
Yep.
Yogurt showed the heroes the Schwartz ring, so he doesn't have a lightsaber; he has a
Just the
ring.
ring.
And then, of course, we all know that Lone Star finds out that his ring also is a Schwartz when they discover that your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Hmm.
Um, so, uh, yeah, so that's that. So whatever. So Yogurt, I love him. He's awesome. We are going to go out of this wonderful Jedi of the week and into our main topic, which is all about Spaceballs. And James knows what's happening in Spaceballs, the new one.
I do.
So he's going to tell us all about that. And we'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Like it's plural, there's multiple breaks.
Ooh. People are just gonna wait for the next one, right?
They sure are. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
And we're back. That was awesome. I hope you buy that or, gamble because gambling, it's what it's all about. All the ads are gambling ads now. So go ahead.
Or don't
Go.
and just listen to our podcast. It's fine.
Yeah, just listen to our podcast. You can I'm going to steal a line from Kill Tony. If you put down a bet that James was going to talk about yogurt and the fact that Ryan Gosling is a Skywalker, you would have just won $10,000. So, yeah.
Woo. Just
Woo.
space bucks. So
Space bucks, 10,000 space bucks. All right.
oh,
So, first, we got Spaceballs, the movie.
we do. And good timing because the movie doesn't come out till next year.
Right.
Allegedly, like, it finished filming last December,
Hmm.
is probably still in some post-production, but probably pretty close to being done at this point with that much time, depending on the editing team, of course. And so
Right.
they're pulling it together. But thanks to San Diego Comic-Con this month, they started giving us details. So we got the poster that we talked about in the opening, and we also have a little plot synopsis teaser. So I've got 4 sentences to read for you. So
Okay.
hold on tight. Somehow Dark Helmet has returned. Great start.
That's a great start.
Oh my gosh. 40
Somehow.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, we are hitting this parody so hard just
Yeah.
like that.
Just
So,
like that. It's just coming out right away. Like, hey, here's how we do parodies.
yep. 40 years after the events of the first Spaceballs, 50 years after the events of Star Wars A New Hope, and 1 year after the events of The Devil Wears Prada 2, the galaxy is once again under threat.
I love it. I love the references to especially Devil Wears Prada too. They were like, hey,
I
if they're gonna
know.
make a movie, a second one, we might as well.
I mean, that one was like 20 years apart too. So it's like,
Yeah.
here's the joke we can make. Now I'm just hoping Meryl Streep cameos in this or something.
Oh, that
So
would be so funny.
yeah. All right. A threat so evil, so unstoppable, so completely lacking in any original ideas that it has vowed to bring back the past. Every last bit of it.
Lacking any original ideas. So basically they're saying we're just gonna redo the first one.
Yeah. Just Force Awakens all over again, right? With Lone Star in hiding, Queen Vespa on the throne, and the Schwartz stretched thinner than a franchise releasing TV episodes theatrically, The only hope for the galaxy is Vespa's undisciplined son, Prince Starburst, and a mysterious palace advisor named Destiny.
I love the names.
Oh, I know, it's so good. Together, they must find Lone Star, Yogurt, and any other iconic legacy character fans are demanding before they can discover the hard way that while some threats you can fight, the reboot is not one of them.
Also, this reboot has been begged for 40 years as well. Like
Yes.
the first Spaceballs was so funny. People were like, "Oh my gosh, Mel Brooks has to do another one," and it's taken forever for the reboot. So the fact that they finally decided is awesome. So I do love that.
Mhm. Yeah, which is absolutely wild because Mel Brooks just turned 100
Uh huh.
and is coming back as Yogurt.
Yes.
Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement from like the 90s to
Yeah.
redo this role. I mean, he retired to be a dad, which is like the coolest thing ever.
That is the coolest thing ever.
It's like you're pulling people back into this franchise because they probably adore it and think it's funny and love what they were able to do with it. So,
Like, yeah. Bill Pullman is back as Lone Star, and his son Lewis Pullman is the one who is Starburst.
yes.
So I'm sure there's going to be some kind of reference in there as well. Kiki Palmer is Destiny.
Hmm.
Mel Brooks as Yogurt. Rick Moranis, as you said, as Dark Helmet. Josh Gad is in it because, as we all know, the original Barf has passed on.
Which is so tragic.
Yes. So I want rumors were that Josh Gad was going to be playing like a Barf esque character, but
That would,
on
that would make
IM,
sense.
oh yeah, on IMDb he does not have a character name
They've kept that
underneath.
under wraps. There's a
Yes.
couple people in there that they just have as unnamed characters.
Yeah.
So,
Anthony Carrigan also doesn't have a name. He is he was in Superman. Um, Bill and Ted Face the Music, the 2020 Barry. Oh, Barry, that's what I know him from the TV show Barry. Did you ever see that?
oh, I don't think so.
So it was on, I want to say HBO. Yeah, it was on HBO. It was with Bill Hader.
Okay.
Um, Bill Hader was he in the mafia or something like that? And I don't remember, but he was going to like improv classes or something like that. And
Hmm.
Anthony Carrigan was one of the mafia guys also. And I don't know, it was a comedy. It was pretty good.
Hmm.
But yeah, so that's I'm like, I know I recognize this guy from something. That's what I know him from is he was in Barry.
Had to just dig, right?
Yeah,
Eventually shows up. So,
yeah. So he doesn't have a name. I do like that Daphne, I don't know how to say her last name, Zuinga, Princess Vespa, she's back.
hmm.
There's a new person, Liz Kingsman. She is Rebecca. George Weiner is Colonel Stardust. He's back. I love the fact that they're bringing back as many people as they can.
We're coming
Michael,
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
Michael Winslow is back in this as the radar tech. He was so good in all the police academy
Hmm.
movies, and then they had him, the bleeps, bloop, bloop, the sweeps, and the creeps, boop, 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 like him and his sound effects and everything, he's so awesome. So he's
Yeah.
sure he's gonna, do something silly as well. Um, and then I like this guy, Mikey Thompson, undisclosed. It would be great if his character's name was actually
Actually
undisclosed.
undisclosed. Oh my gosh.
That
They've
would
been
be
playing the long
awesome.
game.
Yeah, that would be so cool if his name was actually undisclosed.
Yep.
So Mel Brooks, even though he's 100, he's been doing a lot of interviews because of this and still as witty as ever. So I'm sure
Yeah.
with him writing, Josh Gad is funny. I
I don't
know.
think Mel Brooks wrote this one.
Oh
It's
no.
just no, it's Josh Gad and
Oh yeah. Dan
Dan Hernandez
Hernandez.
and Benji Samit.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they probably like collaborated or at least
Yeah.
corroborated to get
Or
the spark.
yeah. They had to they got some kind of ideas from him, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Um but yeah, like I can see Mel Brooks just pulling out like boxes of just paper and being like, these were all the different ideas that I wrote down over time.
So true.
Use any of these if you want to. That would be
Well, he had
really,
such
really
a
fun.
wide range of all of his films, because I remember when I bought Spaceballs, it came in a box set with Robin Hood Men in Tights,
Uh-huh.
and so it's like there's just a ton out there in his distinct style.
Yeah. He so I now I'm going back to the early 90s.
Okay, yep.
Um I remember I was taking a TV class and we had to do a report on a person, like somebody, whatever. And I did my report on Mel Brooks.
Cool.
And I just remember I didn't know like all the movies that he did. And also in the 90s, it was like hard. There wasn't the internet like we have now where you can like
No.
look things up. So it was like, okay, how am I going to find out what movies other than Spaceballs that I know did Mel Brooks, write or direct or whatever?
Yep.
But in Spaceballs, there's there's a scene in Spaceballs where they're like, "What part of the movie are we in right now? Right now, we're now. So can we fast forward? Yes." And then they fast forward, they rewind, all that good stuff. But on the shelves, when they put in the VHS of Spaceballs, the movie, there's all these other movies right there next to it, and it's all of Mel Brooks' other movies. So I remember hitting pause and then writing down all the other movies that Mel Brooks directed and starred in or wrote or whatever as
Yep.
part of my research. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I got this from Spaceballs is where my research is for this is from Spaceballs.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I mean,
Incredible.
Blazing Saddles, so many there's so many stories, especially now with Mel making or being a part of this one where
Yep.
everybody's talking about Blazing Saddles and how there's actually a Mel Brooks documentary on HBO right now, a two-part documentary. Highly
Oh, that's
recommended. I
good
watched the
timing.
first part. Yes, I watched the first part. It was really good. I didn't get to the second part yet, but uh, but they talk about um, like his movie making and all that good stuff. But like Blazing Saddles was a flop, but has then turned out to be like a cult classic at this point, but everybody says, "Could
Mhm.
you make Blazing Saddles today?" And everybody's like, "Nope,
Nope.
not even a little bit." But like they were the point of it, and they said, "Could anybody else have made Blazing Saddles?" And they were like, "No, only Mel Brooks could get away with making this movie."
Mhm.
And the fact that he had like Richard Pryor helping him write it and whatever was part of the thing that was like, okay, Richard Pryor was actually supposed to be um, the sheriff, but then he had a conflict of some sort and couldn't do it. So he totally backed out, but he was originally supposed to be a part of it. But yeah, you cannot write Blazing Saddles today. But like all of his other movies, History of the World Part One, so funny, and like
Mhm.
just it's all like one liners that are strung together to make a complete thought, which is so good. And the producers, of course, was phenomenal and even like so good that it's had a super long Broadway run as well, and it keeps coming
Mhm.
back.
Mhm.
So yeah, so Mel Brooks, awesome. He's a great guy. When Spaceballs came out and when it came out on VHS, my friend and I remember watching it over and over again. He said, Avengers Hockey said also on the shelf were Rocky 15, Rocky 16, Rocky
Oh
17.
my gosh. Can you imagine? Poor Sylvester Stallone.
I remember it was and I think it was like a picture of like a super old man, or like Rocky 17 was like a
Had to
super old
be.
man.
Had to be.
Um, so yeah, so the original Spaceballs was just awesome. It was so funny, and even for like as a Star Wars fan, you watched it and you were like, "Wow, this is really good. This is really really funny."
Yeah.
Um, it had
'Cause
all
it's
the
not like mocking is what it does. Like, it is playing parody so well of, like, laugh at the thing that's just ridiculous and laugh because you love this franchise,
hmm
so
So, I can't wait for all the new. I'm just like looking at the clips. It's like they've gone to plaid was just such a great
Oh
line.
gosh, yes.
So many great one-liners that were in
Ludicrous Speed, like you talked about, was such a
Ludicrous
good
Speed.
one.
Yeah. So yeah, so Spaceballs 2. The poster came out. We have to wait until Comic-Con, which is when did you say it was coming up?
July 24th is their panel, but, like, we don't know what's gonna come there, if they'll have a
Right.
trailer, footage, maybe they'll tell us who Josh Gad is playing, like, we'll know, by our next episode, of what
Yeah.
that is, but it's, like, not exactly sure. Here's my question to pose to you as we think about this, like, franchise not rebooting, not coming back because it's a expansion film.
Right.
Um but it's like, so 40 years
Mhm.
since Spaceballs, so it's like, are we just playing to the nostalgia of people who saw it when it came out or saw it young enough? Because I don't imagine it's lingered around enough for too much of the new generation. I'm sure there's some. Um,
Yeah.
so like, is it gonna do that? Or is it truly like the right time for a parody movie to come out in the state of Star Wars today?
That's a great question because I think, all us old heads are definitely going to go see it because we love the first one.
Mhm.
But is it and also like what are they going to do? Like I know years ago when they asked Mel Brooks if he would do a Spaceballs 2, he said something like if he were to do it, he wouldn't just do like a parody of the prequels or a parody of the sequels. He would do just something else that would be similar but, different enough. And like the original Spaceballs was a pretty good parody of, like all three of
The original
the
trilogy, yeah,
of
I
the
got it
original
all.
trilogy. So like I I think I actually believe and think because so the duties fall to Prince Starburst, Vespa's son, and Destiny, a royal advisor, to find Lone Star and other allies to defeat the new threat. So I have a feeling like Bill Pullman, um, you know, uh, Daphne Zwinga, Queen Vespa, Lone Star, they might not even be in it that much.
That's my guess as well. Like, we're gonna
Yeah.
have this new arch of characters, kinda like the Rey, Kylo Ren, Finn,
Yeah.
Poe group.
Yeah. So I have a feeling like we're gonna see them in the beginning, and then Bill Pullman, Lone Star, is gonna say something like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and watch TV, whatever, you take it," or something stupid like that,
Yeah,
and
little
whatever.
cameos along the way that they won't get the team back together, so
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So and I think I hope that the young generation, when this comes out or before this comes out, and I think it's gonna have to come down to what the TikTokers are going to do. If
Mhm.
enough TikTokers start throwing out clips of the original Spaceballs or start referencing it enough, then the kids are gonna be like, "Oh, this movie's awesome. I don't know why we didn't watch it before," type of thing.
Yep.
Um, and then they'll want to see Spaceballs too. But I think it's going to be a little bit nostalgic for us, and then probably go on its own new direction, but just hopefully be just as funny with as many little one-liners, little clips the way the original Spaceballs was written. What about you?
I think it's a mix of both. Nostalgia is a natural guarantee. 40 years old, people remember all the joy out of it and everything that kind of comes with it. But the state of Star Wars now, especially after last episode of talking to my friend Jade and all of her kind of like skepticism and bitterness towards what Star Wars is, I'm like, she is the exact kind of person that will want to watch this and laugh at, yeah, Star Wars does do that. That's stupid, and just kind of enjoy it. And I think it'll just be a really good I don't know if I'd say eye opener for everyone to kind of see and realize some of the things that just aren't as great as what we want Star Wars to be by any means, but maybe give hope to what it could be as we go forward with it. And so, part of my thought is like, well, there's no better time than now. Like, I don't think they could have hit
Mhm.
any better, but it's like they probably could have. There's probably been things in the past 10, 15 years that they probably could have hopped in and done something like this. But now that they have such a complete picture, I feel like this is a really good chance to just have another one to just kind of hit exactly right to hopefully like the first one parody. So
Yeah.
fan or not, you can enjoy it and you don't feel like it's just a hit piece.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, and like you said, with Star Wars being, I don't wanna say on the downswing, but like
Um,
the movies haven't had the same hit that they did before. This is the perfect time to give that joke there, and I'm sure there's going to be a reference somewhere of not insulting George Lucas and not insulting Star Wars by being like, "Yeah, you're not as good as you used to be," but like some kind of reference there will I'm sure will be in it somewhere, whether it's big or small or whatever the case may be. Um,
I wonder if they make like a fourth wall joke kind of thing of like, oh, get time for a new director. Oh, this director stinks. Bring back the old director and we'll just retcon everything.
that would be great. Or like the director walks out onto the set and he's like, "Can you stand over here?" And then even like it would be funny if like Mel Brooks then comes out and goes, "You're fired." And then they bring
Yes.
somebody else on and he goes, How about you stand over there a little bit? All right, go, action." Like that would be
Mhm,
that would be
mhm.
funny as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, so unfortunately, we don't have a lot. We just have um
Hopes, dreams,
yeah.
wishes.
So I'm
Maybe the
looking
Schwartz will be with them.
hoping the Schwartz will be with them. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page right now, and
Oh,
it says
yeah.
production. In a 2013 interview, Rick Moranis said that he and Mel Brooks had discussed a potential sequel to Spaceballs, with Moranis pitching the title Spaceballs 3: The Search for Spaceballs 2.
Oh, that's so funny.
So when I was in high school, we did we had a creative writing class, and we asked the teacher if we could make videos instead of like writing and like acting it out in the class, and the teacher said
Yeah,
sure.
I
so
love it.
w- so we made No Frills Skit was our first one that we made, and
Mhm.
then it was such a hit that we did No Frills Skit 3. And in the very beginning of No Frill Skit 3, we said, this is the sequel to No Frill Skit 2, which only had one copy and it burned to the ground. So you're never going to get to see No Frill Skit 2, but here's
Oh
No Frill
my
Skit 3."
gosh.
And
That's hilarious.
so many kids were like, "Oh, really? You did all that work on the second one and it burned?" And we were
No,
like,
no, no.
"No, it was just a joke."
They're
So the
that
fact that
gullible and skeptical, so sad.
Yeah, oh, so funny. Um, so however, he and Brooks were unable to structure a deal that would allow the project to move forward. In February 2015, Brooks said that he would like to make a sequel to be released after the next Star Wars film and hoped that Moranis would reprise his role. At the time, Brooks said the film may be called Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money, based on the throwaway fourth wall quote from the first film.
Yep.
However, during an interview with Daily Blast Live in 2020, Bill Pullman said, "It's up to Mel. Ask him if he has too much money, and that's why he doesn't want to do it." In 2024, it was reported that Amazon MGM Studios was developing a direct sequel to Spaceballs, with Josh Greenbaum directing and Josh Gad, Dan Hernandez, and Benji Samit writing the screenplay, with Gad also cast in the film and Mel Brooks producing. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Gad was asked to do an episode of History of the World Part 2, which he enjoyed, but then he realized that his daughter had not seen any of Brooks' films.
Oh.
So he showed her the original Spaceballs film, after which she asked if they could see the second part. He explained to her that there was not one, and she pointed out Yogurt's mention of such film, to which Gad explained to her it was a joke. But then he went to bed and dreamed about what a possible Spaceball sequel could be about, leading to the genesis of the new one.
That's
which
so
started with
funny.
which started with Gad as he then approached so many collaborators, particularly Brooks and Moranis. In June 2025, it was announced that Brooks, Pullman, Moranis, and Daphne Zeringa would be returning for the sequel, with Kiki Palmer and Pullman's son Lewis joining the cast as Destiny and Starburst. Brian Grazer was also announced to be joining the production team through Imagine Entertainment. It was also announced that the film would release in 2027. In September 2025, it was announced that George Weiner would reprise his role as Colonel Sandust, and Anthony Carrigan had joined in an undisclosed role. The film's official title, Spaceballs: The New One, was unveiled at CinemaCon in April 2026. Brooks joked that it was no longer called The Search for More Money because he had found the money in his basement.
That's funny.
That is funny. One of the film's jokes displayed in the CinemaCon footage was a parody of the Na'vi from James Cameron's Avatar franchise
Mhm,
using a urinal. Gad did not ask Cameron for permission as he felt the spoof was in the grand tradition with Brooks films, such
mhm,
as the Alien parody in the original Spaceballs or the Godfather parody in Robin Hood Men in Tights. And
mhm,
unlike those from scary movie films, they are all part of the fabric of the narrative.
mhm.
So there we go. That's all from Wikipedia about the production and the 13 years plan to make this movie from all the way back in an interview in 2013 all the way on. So,
I think it'll be interesting with Josh Gad kinda helming the writing, like, I know it's Josh Gad and this other writing team because Josh
right.
Gad doesn't have a lot of writing credits.
No.
It's been TV series, and then there were 2, like, shorter movies or TV movies in 2009, but other than, the animated series Central Park in 2020 through 2022, no writer credits, so this is kind of that big step into what it could be, and then there's potential that he's working on a Muppets movie as well, but this could really solidify how well he can be more versatile than
Yeah.
Broadway and, film kind of in the characters that he gets shoehorned into, so
Yeah. It is interesting. Like some people, like even um, Jim from The Office,
John Krasinski,
John Krasinski, because he wrote that
The
movie.
Quiet Place.
Well, he wrote The Quiet Place, which was really good. But then he also wrote If for
Oh, Imaginary Friends with Ryan
Imaginary
Reynolds?
Friend. Yeah. And, like, that one, I felt so bad because he was like, "I wrote this movie for my kids," and, he was, like, really trying to tie it into the emotional, like, how much he put into it and how much he cares about it and blah, 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 all this stuff, and then
Mhm.
it was like it was a flop, it was so bad,
Yeah.
so I hope, like, the same thing, like, Josh Gad being a writer, like, and not really writing that much. Hopefully, I mean, I think he's funny. He's a funny actor.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
Other people disagree. I won't mention Jason's name. He's not a fan, but I think he's a funny actor. But I also think like Disney is like over pushing him on everything. So I think that's
Oh, yeah.
where like it's like okay, you can only have so much Josh Gad in your life.
I think we're
Um,
getting out of that era of Disney having, like, the one thing that you have to see because like, they did it with Frozen, and, like, it would be so easy for them to be doing that with, like, Moana right now, and Moana is prominent, but it's not everything, and
yeah,
so I'm hoping we've learned you
yeah,
can have too much of a good thing.
yeah, and also I think because Moana's Rotten Tomato scores right now are so low. I think Disney's
Yeah.
like The Rock is really trying to push it, but I don't know if Disney is as much.
Yep.
Yeah, so it will. I want this movie to be super funny
I do
and
too.
super good because I love the first one, love Mel Brooks, and it'll be awesome if it is really good. Hopefully, with the other writers as well, they're a little bit more um
Seasoned?
seasoned. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, and then with Josh will be able to throw in a lot of quibs and a lot of little things, and they'll be able to make it all fit and work. So
I'll be curious because like, Spaceballs has the nice thing of, like, like interesting story to go through and incredibly quotable. Like you were talking about that right away. And I feel like a lot of these movies are kind of hard to do both. And I'm like,
Right.
if they can do one of them, I
Yeah.
think it'll be good enough. If they can do both, iconic.
Yeah. Because like you think of what movies are like that, like old school, so many lines,
Super bad,
super
Tommy
bad.
Boy.
Yeah. Oh my God, Tommy Boy, The Hangover, like
Yes.
so many
Movies
like
have that
great,
style.
so many great lines and whatever. So, um, I I just had typed in the best lines from the original Spaceballs. Um, and it's
You
like, of
thought
course,
they're stunt doubles.
um, I can't breathe in this thing, just like before you die, there's something you should know about us. Lone Star, what? I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former's roommate. What does that make us? Absolutely nothing. Like, just
Yep.
prepare ship for ludicrous speed. You
Ludicrous
know,
speed.
we were told that this is the one that, like the posters, we were told to come in the desert, so we're combing it. It's Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow. I'm Mog, half dog. I'm my own best friend, which is so funny.
Yep.
Funny, she doesn't look Jewish. I mean, come on, like from Mel Brooks in the documentary on Mel Brooks. I think he has said the word that he is Jewish probably 100 times in that documentary. So
Oh, yeah.
he was like, we got to throw this Jewish in here.
Absolutely.
We're doing this for a boatload of money from Barf, but he didn't say boatload. Um, may the Schwartz be with you. The one you said earlier, merchandising, real where the real money from the movie is made. So yeah, so many lines that are just so great that you just like, and then once somebody says it, you right away Spaceballs.
You
Like
know. You
no.
know.
So yeah, so hopefully they can do both just like they did in 1987 with the original one. So
Mhm.
I don't know. All right, anything else you have about Spaceballs for
I
us?
I think that's all we need to talk about. Otherwise,
I
we're just gonna start quoting the whole movie, and we don't have time for that.
We don't have
So,
time for that. Go watch the movie. It's awesome. Go
mhm.
start quoting it yourself. So, all right. Well, with that being said, I think I don't want to wait till 2027 to see it. So, but we're just gonna have to, I guess.
Gonna
So,
have to.
from all of us here, we have spoken.
May the Schwartz be with you. I mean, we
Ah,
have spoken.
see, I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. We should have.